Hello and welcome to my series of FortressCraft Evolved, and in this video, or excuse me, my name is Sarston, I forgot to mention that. So at this point we have iron, tin, and copper all set up, and we're getting tin plates, which I'm going to pick up a bunch, and copper wire, which I'm going to pick up a bunch. Those are all being produced. Take those down, really don't need those. Let me fill all this in too. So at this point we need to take care of some production. We're going to need lightweight machine housing. That's going to take some tin plates and copper wire. We're going to need that. We're going to need iron gear maker. That needs lightweight housing. And the lithium coil charger, we're going to need those in a little while. But we also need another stamper plant, and I'll show you what that's for in just a moment. At the beginning you do need 2 of them. So we have a lightweight machine housing. That's going to require 10 plates to produce. I'm going to stick that right next to there. There are some machines that require you to have them set up next to a storage hopper. In this case, this is one of those items. And the main reason for that is because it needs 6 10 plates for it to make anything. But right now I don't have any more storage hoppers. So I'm going to make a few mini storage hoppers. That'll get us started. And I'm not going to worry about setting up the commands for either of these. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to make that remove only so it doesn't put housings back into there. But as soon as we get 6 tin plates, there's 5. With the 6th one, that's going to go in, and our lightweight machine housing is going to be created. That's going to take it a couple of seconds. There we go. And then that's going to go into the mini storage, and that's going to gather. I'm going to take that one though. And what we need at this point, we already got our stamper that I was mentioning. We also need an iron gear maker. And so what's the stamper so important for? Well, the iron gear makers, they need to be iron plates before they can be turned into gears. I'm just going to fill this in real fast. Just that way I have a little bit... Oh, I'm out. Okay. Just that way I have a little bit more room to work with. There's a stamper. I'm going to run a conveyor belt over. I'm pretty sure these can run with them right next to each other, but I'm just going to run a belt between them anyway. And let me drop another belt and then a mini hopper. So what I don't like though is I'm in this position where I have these mini hoppers and I really want it to just queue up all the iron gears that it can for this early before I get into PCBs, which is required for the research. Iron's pretty much all going to be used for iron gears, and I'm going to need quite a few of these on the early game, and then also pretty much throughout the whole game. Excuse me, there's the mission report that likes to pop up throughout the game. Like I said, it for an hour interval, but we need better hoppers, and that's really important, but at the same time, as much as I need those, I realize that I need a lot of tin, so I can upgrade that with a motor. So I had a housing there. Let's go ahead and make a motor.
Crafting.
Basic drill motor. And I'm going to come down, pop that right into there. And it's upgraded. That doubled the production. It was at 8 times speed. Now it's at 16. So now that I've done that though, as you can see, these belts here, they're slowing down everything. In fact, this is going to start getting backed up pretty quickly. That's going to start filling, and then it's just not going to be producing anymore. So I'm setting these down just so that way whenever you have these ramp conveyors at the beginning, you can just drop all of them and then take them back down, and they'll turn into regular conveyor belts. So what I want to do though is upgrade these belts, just because this is causing a huge bottleneck. And with tin, you need so much tin. It's just ridiculous how much tin you need. Make sure to upgrade this one as well. So you upgrade all those, you don't have that bottleneck anymore. And this is just going to be able to constantly produce without much issue. And while I'm at it, let's go ahead and drop all the tin ore that I had in my inventory. And we need to do the same thing for copper ore. And right now I'm just going to go ahead and drop those 2 right there. And let's put some copper ore in there. But I'm not going to have enough belts to finish this off, so I'm just going to drop these 2 down and the 3 here. Yep. Let's try that again. There we go. And so that's not quite done. well, that's a problem, isn't it? Except, what I can do is come over here. As you can see with conveyor belts, they require plate and wire. That's why plate and wire is so important early on. Tin plate and copper wire. So you want to go ahead and replace your copper and your tin lines pretty much as soon as you can. Sorry about that, my game froze up. I'll go ahead and drop these back down. Alright, so now our copper production is completely upgraded. Or, excuse me, the belt is upgraded. And, hello, sorry about that. My computer actually, well, not my computer, the game froze on me. Alright, so as you can see with the belt, I have that completely upgraded, and our copper production is going to be helped with that. But I don't have a drill in it, and that's something that I could really use. So let's get some more gears. Another housing, I've got 4 there. If you hit control, as the commands are there, if you hold shift you get 10. If you hit hold control, you get 1 whenever you click. So I just picked up 1 housing, and then I need some gears as well. I'm going to pick up those gears. Make another drill. And I'm going to head on over to the copper ore extractor and then put a drill motor in there. And this is something you do want to upgrade as soon as you get the chance. And that's not actually going to cause a bottleneck, as it were, but we can increase the production even further pretty quickly at this stage. Let's get a couple more iron gears, and I want to see about taking care of that storage issue though, because this is really going to bother me until excuse me, we can hold a lot more gears. Okay, so let me get rid of that, and I should have had this ready to go. There we go. Alright, so now it can hold 100 gears. But as you can see with our iron production, the belt is full, but it's just really slow. So that's something else that we want to upgrade pretty quickly. But at this point right now we have all 3 of our products being automated, and that makes things nice for us to start focusing on other concerns. You do want to get automation. You want spider-bot defenses, anthropological osteology. Someone's going to come after me for saying that wrong. Let's go and research that. And also you're going to want to get laboratories. And then, whenever we come in here, we want ray gun, spider-bot base component, spider-bot blaster. You can do the diamond focusing lens. Ultimately, I never end up using those. But you will need the laboratory component and research assembler. I don't see anything else that I need right now. Let me double check my projects. Yeah, there's nothing else in there that I really need right now. So let's go and get the research assembler and the laboratory components. And we can get some more research by doing a little bit more exploring and scanning. But we don't need that right now. Let's grab some more gears. We're going to need several more gears. I really want to get some more storage going. Because, you know what, actually, it's not that big of a deal right at the moment. I believe everything that is here, the storage is going to be fine. Let me fill up that smelter's power. And so right now, where we're at in this position is we can see about worrying about our defenses. We have not set up any defenses. We're going to need that. So we have some Mark 1 turrets. Those are going to need lightweight machine housings. Let's go and pick up some of those. Only got 3. That's fine though. That'll be a good start. So you have a couple of options in setting this up. You can set them on the CPH if you want. I really don't like to do that. I like to have 1 on each of the smelters. The battery for the smelter, and frankly this isn't the best setup, but it's gonna do, at least initially. And what do I need for laser energy transmitter? I'm gonna need some charged lithium coils, and that's something that we're gonna have to work on pretty quickly, is getting our lithium set up. But for the moment we have our defenses, the basic defenses set up, and we got production going. But I want to set up, or I want to upgrade the belts really badly. So I'm going to get a lot of wire, but I'm not going to get any more tin plate. And right now I have 5 and I've got 14 belts. That's just not going to be enough to get iron, all the belts for the iron setup. So that is something that I'm going to delay for a little bit, just because I do want it to continue to make lightweight machine housings. But what I do need is another ore extractor to get the lithium. That's going to be critical. So as you can see, we need 18 gears, a lightweight machine housing, and 4 copper wire. I have the wire, that's not going to be an issue, but waiting on the gears is going to be a little bit annoying. But that lightweight machine housing is what I'm really going to be annoyed with, just because I need more tin. And what I have in mind, though, is to make another extractor. I'm going to put it down on the tin so that way I can increase my tin production. So let me come back and we'll see about setting that up. Alright, I'm back. Actually, instead of worrying about that, let's go ahead and do a little bit of exploring. This is a good time for it, because everything can queue up, and yeah, it's just really nice time to take care of getting some scanning in. So I did see over in this direction, other than I have those little tree, oh boy, there's a nice, that's a nice drop. Other than the trees, and I use them pretty loosely. Smelter, oh, I did not take care of my hoppers. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. There was just one of the storage hoppers. Honestly, it was of little consequence. How did I fall down here? It was of little consequence, all said and done. But I went ahead and took care of it. I don't want to sit there and have to deal with this notice. Alright, so looks like we got a scan here, and there's another scan we can take care of right there. And there's a scan up here, but what is that little creation? That looks a little odd, doesn't it? Well, let's go ahead and come over to it, because we're terribly curious. We gotta find out what this thing is, right? Oh my goodness, what is that? So, inside this is a hive mind, and this is hardened resin. If you press K, it's going to give you this green block, but there is one that is active. It's going to show up as a, well, it's the shape of a hive mind. It'll make sense when you actually see it. But these are dotted all over the place, all of those green squares that are highlighted. And ultimately, they're pretty harmless, other than there's no way to dig them out. Until a little bit later, you have some technology that takes care of that. But until you get to that point, they're a little bit intimidating whenever you first see them, but there is one that's active, and you're going to want to go to that one and see about, well, you'll see whenever we get to that technology. We'll see about playing with that. But don't let them scare you too much. They're not going to do anything to you. Here is something, though, you do want to take care of. That's interesting that it's like a hole here. This is soft resin. And this is going to show up. You're going to want to not be in areas where there's a lot of it, like this right here. There's something else to scan, is organic rock. You do want to pick those up whenever you can, and those are usually going to show up where there's soft resin. But looks like this is an area where the overmind is supposed to be. For some reason they're not spawning early on. I don't know what the issue is with this. We're not going to go exploring too far into this, just in case it decides to kill me for being here. But you're going to see a lot of the soft resin at the beginning of the game, and whenever you first start getting attacked, I think that's whenever the overminds actually show up. But anyway, you can do a little bit of exploring, get that soft and hard resin, a couple of other items that you see along the way, and then you can head back to the base. And that's actually what I'm going to do right now, so I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so I'm back at the base. Let's go ahead and pick up some iron gears. We need 10 plates. I'm not going to pick up the lightweight housing just because that's all queued up, and I don't want that to produce a bunch more. I really want to get some more 10 plates, so I'm just going to leave that alone. Right now I don't need any copper wire, so I'm not going to worry about that either. But we do have an... Oh. Let's pick up... Oh, geez, I didn't want to pick up all 8 of them. You know what? Let's put 5 of them back. Just for fun, we'll put 5 of those back. But I want to make another ore extractor. And can I make another drill motor? Yes, I can. Alright, so this is the design that I set up for whenever I do this. You want to go ahead and pull where you had your ore extractor, drop down a power block, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that logistics hopper as well. And from here what you want to do is on whatever sides that you have available. This is why I like to extract in a center spot, so that way I can stick extractors right next to the battery and it'll work. But from here, I'm getting a little too hot and I'm out of power. I'm going to pull power real fast. Alright, there we go. So from here, you're going to want your, of course, your hoppers to send the product out. And I'm going to have these actually come facing each other there. And we're going to get some going up. That's not going to work there though, so let's bring that up that way. 2, 3, and just stick that there. And there we go. So now both of those ore extractors are going to be pulling. That's the same production as just having with one drill upgrade and one ore extractor. But the nice part is I have an extra drill and 2 drills. The problem is I worry about my power production. Those drills do take a little bit more power. And so I'm just going to drop a bunch of power in there just for fun. But as you can see, there's going to be a lot more tin that's going to go over to our smelter now. So that's how I like to increase my production. In fact, we're actually getting... Oh, I was going to say this is getting backed up, but... No, I guess it isn't getting backed up. It's a little strange. Things aren't working how I expected here for some reason. But in any case, I think it's just because my computer's getting overloaded from trying to record and also play this game. It does take a lot of resources for this game to run. It's probably also why it crashed earlier. Let's go ahead and get these scans in. So the hardened resin, as you saw, was 25. Soft resin is also going to be 25. And then I believe this is the organic rock that's going to be 35. There we go. So we have 99 points that are available. We're not going to do anything that's there. And then the recipes, I think we have everything that we really need. The auto excavator is going to be useful. We're going to need a macerator to use the auto excavator, so having that's really important. The work floor excavator is also nice. Auto builder can be useful. I don't use it, just how I am. There's only one time I find it useful, and it's just not worth the hassle. I think it's better to actually just wait until you can do the upgrade without it. So in any case, I'm going to let those run. Copper, I'm not going to worry about its production as much. I don't really need as much at this moment. But this is our setup that we have. Let's go and grab some more iron gears. And how many belts can we make? Just 5 more, and I'll have 15 in total. That's just not enough to get iron upgraded. So there's a quick upgrade that we did on our logistics. We've got some production going. We're going to see about getting lithium. And then from there, we're going to worry about research and probably another 2 videos or so from here. So anyway, I'll go ahead and catch you on the next video, and then in the next video, we'll go after lithium. All right, so make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.